Transport mechanisms in plants. Within a plant, mineral ions and organic compounds, for example sucrose, are transported by being dissolved in water. The dissolved mineral ions are transported in the xylem tissue, and the dissolved organic compounds are transported in the phloem tissue. The plant roots are responsible for the uptake of water and mineral ions and can have root hairs to increase the surface area for absorption of the substances. The uptake of water is a passive process and occurs by osmosis, the diffusion of water from a higher water potential to a lower water potential. The uptake of minerals can be passive transport such as diffusion and osmosis and/or active transport, movement of water in a plant. In the active absorption, the water first enters the cell sap and passes from one cell to another. This type of movement where protoplasm is involved is called symplast. In passive absorption, water moves through an apoplast of the root. The apoplast path includes the cell wall and intercellular spaces. Two pathways are apoplastic and symplastic that initiate the passage of water along with ions from root hair via root cortex to xylem. These roots may exist either simultaneously or separately having different rates. Apoplastic pathway. Most water travels via the apoplastic pathway when transpiration rates are high, which is the series of spaces running through the cellulose cell walls, dead cells, and the hollow tubes of the xylem. The water moves by diffusion, as it does not pass through a partially permeable membrane. The water can move from cell wall to cell wall directly or through the intercellular spaces. The movement of water through the apoplastic pathway occurs more rapidly than the symplastic pathway. When the water reaches the endodermis, the presence of a thick waterproof waxy band of suberin within the cell wall blocks the apoplastic pathway. This band is called the Casparian strip and forms an impassable barrier for the water. Symplastic pathway. A smaller amount of water travels via the symplastic pathway, which is the cytoplasm and plasmodesmata, or vacuole of the cells. The water moves by osmosis into the cell, across the partially permeable cell surface membrane, possibly into the vacuole, through the tonoplast by osmosis, and between cells through the plasmodesmata. The movement of water in the symplastic pathway is slower than the apoplastic pathway.